Srila Prabhupada King. Shri Radha London Ishvara King. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi King. Shri Giri Govardhan King. Shri Gornitai King. All of you, King. Yes. That's good. Why not? So, I don't know if all of you are aware or how many of you are aware, but we have scheduled for right now a little seminar or part of a little seminar. So here you are, and here we are, and here we go. This is a seminar we started yesterday morning. It's a very interesting seminar for those who are, generally for those who are a little familiar with Krishna and Krishna consciousness and the practice and process of Krishna consciousness. It's a seminar, we call it the demons in Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes and the anathas they represent. What that means basically is that when Lord Krishna was present on the planet about 5,000 years ago, then, well, he did all sorts of just super extraordinary and really outstanding and just wonderful and amazing things. However, when he was here, he was met with some opposition. In fact, those were difficult times. There were a lot of people around, like leaders, you could say, who were really not very nice. And you might say, well, isn't it like that today? Well, you're right, it is. I mean, I'm sure you're as well aware, at least as me, of that. But these people were just, completely shocking. Literally wanting to take over the world in some cases. Some of them were like, the Sanskrit term is rakshasas, which means cannibals. And all of them had a very clear one very clear characteristic amongst many others, but that was that they were staunchly anti-God, not just sort of disinterested or mildly interested as so many people are today, but they regarded him as being an enemy, a real enemy, and they wanted to do something about him. So anyway, Krishna, so these people then, they understood who Krishna was, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he's come with his mission of eliminating them. So there are all sorts of incidents in which Krishna encounters different of these people. We use the term, well, Prabhupada, our spiritual master, that's him sitting on the raised seat there, you can see at the back. Srila Prabhupada, he just adopted this term, demon. And I mean, it's quite an appropriate term, actually. Of course, different people may have different ideas. What may a demon be? What could a demon look like? Maybe someone, with horns, a person, something like that, with a trident. I remember when I was a child, actually, many a moon ago, I used to read Hot Stuff. Have you heard of Hot Stuff? You haven't. What are they teaching you youngsters? Or what's it? Casper, the Friendly Ghost. Yeah. And who's the other one? Spooky. Was it Spooky? Anyway, excuse me, I'm out of touch. I'm well and truly out of touch, and I try to stay out of touch, actually. But, yeah. Anyway, these people, they're really, really aggressive, super aggressive, and radical people, and anti-God. And Prabhupada adopted this term, demon, at least in a broad sense, to be applied to people who are staunchly anti-God, like aggressively anti-God. So we started the seminar yesterday morning, and we did an introduction, and then we went over, we talked about the first demon in Krishna's Vrindavan Leela. That was Putana. Putana was a witch, but I mean, sort of the real thing. Yeah. She was about 20 kilometers tall, but with her mystical powers, she was able to, and she really looked the part. She looked like a monster of some sort. But she was able to, just like that, adopt like a regular human-looking form, human-size form, and extremely beautiful. Not just extremely beautiful, but very sweet and gentle and saintly looking. Yeah. Anyway, she came to try to kill Krishna. Krishna at the time was only around 3 months old, so to speak. He is the Supreme Lord. And when we say 3 months old, we don't mean in the usual sense like you and me. We've all been 3 months old, and we were just pretty incapable at that time. So Krishna, he had been present, shall we say, on the planet for 3 months. but he's still the Supreme Lord, and he's still as capable as at any time of acting as the Supreme Lord. So he killed her. Yeah. And tonight, devotees and friends, we are going on to discuss about the second demon in Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. Oh, look at that. I don't know, but there might be a few more people, we'll see. Great, thank you. Nice to get your closer association. Okay. Anyway, so let's relax. Right, so the second demon who came in when Krishna was present here about 5,000 years ago, performing his pastimes, and at that stage, his childhood pastimes, was a person named Shakat Asura. Shakat actually means a cart, like a farm sort of wagon, utility wagon that gets dragged around by a tractor, that sort of thing. A cart. And Asura means, well, it means a demon actually. Well, and literally, Sura means a godly person, means someone who's very devoted to God. And then Asura, in Sanskrit language, the prefix A means not that. So Asura means someone who is not saintly and not favorable to God, as we said, or a demon. And, Prabhupada just adopted the use of the term, but that's the application. An ungodly, anti-godly person. So Shakatasura